Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's a snowy day here in New Jersey, but I did want to make a video specifically on a topic I've gotten a lot of comments on. It is the catless headers. Did I get them? Did I put them on the car? Obviously I would have made a video before this. So long story short, I did end up buying them, and then I reversed the decision. I said to myself there were too many complicating factors and not enough gain for the money. So there's three specific things I want to talk about today. One is horsepower and power gain from the catless headers. Two is the emissions problems and registering the car. And three, sound and other things. So first thing I'm going to touch on is power. Obviously, with the catless headers, with the it's a less restrictive header system, the less restrictive pipes. I would get a bit of a horsepower bump because they could advance timing. With the D3 tune, I can set it up with the 93 octane with the catless headers. Obviously, catalytic converters in general create a restrictions for when the exhaust gas is coming out. It's hitting the catalytic converters. Now, modern catalytic converters aren't extremely restrictive, but they still do, reduce horsepower, reduce power, in general, just because it is sitting there. And the way the headers are set up on this car, I'll have a picture on the screen, they are restrictive. But the biggest concern for me was I really going to feel the power difference? Let's say it was a 15 horsepower increase. Was it really worth the money, $900 for catless headers? You're never really going to feel that. Obviously, with the D3 tune, with the 93 octane, with the tasteful mods I have now, I feel a little bit of a difference. But for that money, I feel like I wouldn't have gotten my money's worth because I wouldn't have really felt that power that much. Would I have noticed the power difference with the catless headers? I'm not really sure. I don't really think so. So that was one of the reasons. The second reason was obviously registering the car. I drive this car every single day, and without catalytic converters, the car is not, because obviously Weaponr's setup does not have catalytic converters on the headers, and there's obviously removes any catalytic converters after that because it will go straight into the MagnaFlow catback exhaust. So obviously I would have a problem registering the car here in New Jersey because in the United States, if you do not have catalytic converters on your car, you cannot register your car because it's illegal. It's illegal to drive without catalytic converters. Now, most people are going to say, well, I know, a lot of people in New Jersey, I even know people personally who don't have catalytic converters on their car. But the biggest problem for me is I drive this car every day. Let's say I do hit some bumps in the road and actually trying to, maneuver around the process of registering this car without cats. And I do hit roadblocks. I can't have this car, I can't be not driving for a couple days. And, I have to figure out, how am I going to get the original headers back on? How am I going to retune it? How am I going to bring it back to the emissions station, the emissions shop, and get it registered? So that was an issue for me, was actually not being able to drive the car, not registering it, not getting, obviously, my renewed registration, my renewed license plates. The third was really the sound. I like the way this car sounds right now, and with the catless headers, it probably would be louder. It's something that I don't really want because, like I said, I do drive this car every day, and I like the sound the way it is right now. It's the perfect tone. It's loud enough. It is a pretty loud car, especially when I start it up in the morning. So with the catless header, obviously the catalytic converters muffle a lot of the sound that comes because it's right on the headers, and it doesn't muffle a lot of the sound. But it's honestly, it doesn't good job because I don't really want the car any louder than it is right now. With catless headers, the car would be a lot louder. It would lose its nice tone right now. And that's something I really don't want. I like the way it sounds. So I did want to update you guys on why I'm not getting the Weaponr catless headers. I hope you enjoyed the video. Some are going to be disappointed because they're curious on, they may be, you guys are maybe thinking about getting it for your car, but I just don't see the need. I don't really think it makes sense right now for me to do it. If I was going to get a huge horsepower gain and emissions weren't an issue, I don't really care that much about the actual emissions and the harm to the environment, unfortunately. Some may say I'm terrible for saying that. But I just don't see the need. The power gain isn't that much, and I don't really want this car any louder than it is right now. Because originally I did have the car straight pipe, but I only had that for about a month before I couldn't take it anymore. because I would have headaches when I was driving. This car is perfect the way it is. So I appreciate you guys watching the video, and I will see you next time.